Well, it wasn't as good as it could have been, and it wasn't as bad as it could have been. Stay tuned and I'll tell you all about it. Well, my day kind of started out on a sour note. Before I get back into that, welcome back to my channel, everybody, and thank you so much for following me along on this journey, my up and down journey, and my up and up and up and up journey, and my down sometimes journey. I appreciate your support and all of your kind comments and your encouraging words. I'm Sue from sueslimsdown. I'm a 70-year-old Weight Watcher. I started Weight Watchers in earnest January 1st of 2016. I had lost 93.3 pounds, and then I backslid. I shouldn't have touched my eye. I cut up a jalapeno earlier. Anyway, and so I gained 40 pounds back, about 44 pounds actually. And now I'm following the Weight Watchers program again in earnest, trying to get that weight off and then ultimately get down to my goal. So it'll be a total of 147-ish pounds, I think, by the time I'm done. By the time I'm happy with my goal, not any goal that Weight Watchers set for me. So anyway, I got up this morning. I was feeling good. I've had good days all the way through. And got up this morning and I stepped on the scale. Now, I'm a daily weigher, and I understand that my weight fluctuates from day to day. Sometimes it's down, sometimes it's up. Sometimes it's down for no reason, sometimes it's up for no reason. Well, today I stepped on the scale and it was up for no reason. And it was only up, I want to say 0.3 of a pound. Yeah. 0.3. It was a 0.3 today. But, that's enough for me to go, what? I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I had the whole rest of my video recorded and realized there was no sound coming through. So, no idea what happened there because this is a new microphone. I have new speakers. I have a new connection. It should all work. But anyway, that phone call was a friend of mine from Washington, D.C. that I hadn't talked to for a while, so I had to take Molly out, and then now I'm back to finish this up. So I was talking to you about my weight gain this morning. I'm thinking, what in the world? I have had really, really good days. Why is it up? And like I said, I know from years of weighing myself every day, my weight will fluctuate from one day to another. And I think that's the real reason Weight Watchers doesn't want you to weigh more than once a week. I do, because it drives me crazy if I don't. So no matter what you say to me, I'm still going to continue to weigh myself every day. And I live with the consequences. So I had determined yesterday I was going to have a light breakfast because I knew I had this luncheon coming up today. And I wasn't quite sure what to expect at the lunch, but I had a very, very light breakfast. Turned out that was a mistake. So the breakfast was good. It was good for the time of the day I was eating it. And then I was late getting to lunch because I was stuck on a phone call that I had already scheduled out. And so by the time I got to lunch, I was really hungry. So I finished my breakfast probably about 7:45 this morning, and I didn't get to lunch till almost noon. So anyway, I told you yesterday you're going to have a wrap lunch, and that's exactly what it was. They had flour tortillas, and I mean the big ones. The big ones like you would make a burrito or just one of those big ones, okay? A chimichanga, that size. So, and then they had different types of lunch meat there. Couldn't really tell what was what. To me, it all looked the same, and it all tasted the same to me. They had some and it was really, really thin sliced. I looked at the packaging later. It was by a company, Buddig, Buddig. So I didn't really know how to track that because I couldn't weigh it. But I'm thinking I probably had 5 points between the lunch meat and the really thin sliced cheese that I had. Other than that, I didn't use the wrap. I just ate veggies. So that wasn't bad until I got to the potato chips. So I should know better, because potato chips are a trigger food for me. I mean, I could eat a whole family size of potato chips in one sitting and not even bat an eyelash, and I know that because I've done it. So, but these were the individual bags of potato chips that they brought in, and I ate one of them, and I thought, man, those are really good, because I hadn't had chips in a long time. And so I went and I got another bag, and I ate all of that. So at that point, it was time for us to go back to work. They were starting to clean up. I could have eaten another bag or two of potato chips. Honestly, I could have. So I went back to my desk. I had a lot to do, and so I'm working, and I was drinking a lot of water because I knew he had those chips. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what did you do now? And everybody went home, because everybody usually leaves before I do during the day. And I'm thinking, I'm still really hungry. And I was. It wasn't like that I was just talking myself into being hungry. I was hungry. So I'm thinking, what else do we have here? Well, the first thing I did was I got up and I found those bags of potato chips. And I tracked them. I scanned them. And the one bag was just the regular chips, was 5 points. And the other bag was the sour cream and onion chips, which I ate, even though I don't really like those chips. That was another 5 points. I'm thinking, okay. So you had the 10 points of the chips, and between the meat and the little bit of cheese, you probably had another 5 points. So a 15-point lunch. Okay. So at that point, that would have brought me up to, I think, 18 points. So I thought, what else can I have? Not 18 points. I think I was at 13 points at that point, because I hadn't tracked the meat. And I still haven't tracked the meat yet. But anyway, so it was 13 points in my tracker. And then I'm thinking, what else can I eat that has, maybe a little protein or something in it? I didn't want to take another granola bar. So I found the little peanut butter packets, like what we would put out for breakfast for the bagels. And it was 21 grams, so I ate just the peanut butter. And I'm thinking, that has some protein in it. It'll get me home. It'll get me through the rest of the day. And it did. So I ate the peanut butter. I tracked that. And all was good. That took me up to 18 points after I put the peanut butter in. I think the peanut butter weighed out, or Graham pointed out, at 4 points. So then I'm thinking, well, this kind of blows what I had on my plan for dinner, because I knew it was going to be at least an 8-point dinner that I had originally planned. And I'm thinking, I have other options at home, so let me just see what I can do. So before I did anything, I came home and I sat down and I drank a big thing of this, of just water. Because I'm thinking, I'm just going to have some water first, because maybe I'm just really thirsty and I don't really need to eat what I think I need to eat. So I drank the water. I waited about another half hour or so. I was hungry. I needed a bigger breakfast. So I didn't eat the breakfast because I knew I had this luncheon coming up, but that was a mistake. Yeah, I should have had the breakfast, opted for that, and I think that would have caused me to eat less at lunch. So I ended up, I'm going to show you what I had for dinner. It ended up being nothing. Well, I think 1 point for dinner. So I'm sitting at 18 points right now, but it's not really, because I have to track yet the rest of what I had for lunch. I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to show you what I had for breakfast and dinner. Okay, for breakfast this morning, I'm having yogurt with fruit and granola. So this is 171 grams of the Faye non-fat Greek yogurt. I've got 35 grams each of raspberries and blueberries. My banana weighed out at 120 grams, so that's all 0 points. I have the Bare Naked low-fat triple berry granola, 24 grams of that, which is 2 points. And I have that on top of my little yogurt parfait here. And then in my coffee today, I have a total of 59 milliliters of fat-free half and half. That's my second cup. So I had 30 milliliters in the first one, 29 in this one, so 59 for 1 point. So I have a 3-point breakfast this morning, and this is Wednesday morning. This is my dinner tonight. I'm just having some broccoli with some spray butter on it. That's 0 points. And I've got eggs, and it was supposed to be an omelet, but didn't quite work out to be an omelet. There's no cheese on that other than what's on top. That's 28 grams of fat-free cheddar for 1 point. Everything else is veggies, which is 0 points, and eggs, also 0 points. So I have a 1 point dinner tonight. So after tracking everything that I've tracked so far, my app is telling me 18 points. I'm figuring I need to add another 5 points to this for the little few slices of meat that I had and those thin slices of cheese. And that will take me to 23 points. And even if I undertrack that, I'm still well within the healthy range there. And if I had to add weeklies to that, I'm sitting at 52 weeklies right now. So I think I'm okay. But, I was thinking about this the other day that, I control a lot of things. I can control, I controlled my move from Ohio to here, controlled getting rid of all my stuff back home, controlled the move into my trailer. I have driven coast to coast by myself. I control a lot of things. I control my job very well. I'm still working on being good at controlling my finances, but I'm working on it. Why is it I have such a hard time controlling eating? I don't know, and I can't figure it out. Boy, if I could, I wouldn't have gained this 44 pounds back that I did. But for some reason, I get around food sometimes, and it's like I have to have it. I have to consume it. I don't know what it is. So, but you would think somebody that's such a control freak like I am would be able to control what I eat. I control what I do with my hair. I control what I wear. I control my hiking and all this other stuff. I control a lot of things. I raised 5 kids. I control well, except for when it comes to food. So why can't I control that? It's a mystery. But when all is said and done today, like I said at the beginning, it could have been worse. It could have been better. I could have made better choices. So the one thing I was going to have for dinner tonight was one of those smart ones, and I was looking at the enchilada, the chicken, I don't even know how you say it, Suisse or something like that. But anyway, it was 8 points, and I thought, no, that's why I opted for the dinner that I had. So it ended up being a 1 point dinner, which was a much better choice. And we'll just see what the scale does tomorrow. During the week, I weigh at a different time of the day than what I weigh on Saturdays. Because my normal routine is I get up and I sit for about an hour and then I go weigh myself. And I still try to do that during the week, but it's usually 45 minutes, maybe a little bit less that I'm sitting here before I go and do the weigh-in. And then I will eat or have my coffee. So I kind of like to sit up and get wake up a little bit and then go away and before I have my cup of coffee. So, but during the week when I'm working, that happens, 7:45, 8 o'clock in the morning. On my day off on Saturday, it doesn't happen till around 10. So, the difference in the weigh-in days, I think makes a difference. Other than that, I know that my weight fluctuates, like I said, but and I'm mentally prepared for that. It's just sometimes it's harder for me to handle, And today was one of those days where there's no reason for this to happen today. What is up with this? And the only thing I was thinking was that I had that big helping of sauerkraut with dinner last night, and even though sauerkraut is healthy for you, it's good for your gut bacteria. It has a lot of sodium in it. So, and that's the only thing I could think of that's what was, hindering that or creating that gain today. So I don't know. Like I told you earlier, I'm still down 2.1 for the week as of today, and I don't weigh in until Saturday. So I'm hoping it goes down, but if it doesn't, I'm okay. It's just, well, how it's like when you're expecting something and it doesn't happen on that scale and you kind of get discouraged. So I'm not discouraged enough to say, screw it, I'm not going to do this anymore. But it was enough for me to think, this isn't right. So I actually stepped on the scale a couple times just to make sure I wasn't missing something. So anyway, that's going to wrap it up for me tonight. And I'll be back tomorrow to show you what I'm eating on this Weight Watchers plan. And as you see, I don't eat anything fantabulous. I eat like the same things all the time because it's easy, it's not expensive, and it's just a quick prep. So I usually go for ease and quickness when I'm by myself. I don't have to please anybody else. So I'm not quite sure what I have for breakfast tomorrow. I think it's oatmeal on the schedule for tomorrow, which was supposed to be today, and I opted for that yogurt. I should have had the oatmeal because I think if I would have eaten a better breakfast, I wouldn't have eaten the chips. So anyway, I'll be back to show you tomorrow what I'm eating. And you guys have a great night. And I hope you're understanding all my rambling tonight. So you guys have a good night. I will talk to you tomorrow.